Are you familiar with Sudoku, the popular number puzzle game? A brain teaser that has swept across the world, captivating minds and challenging intellects. It's a game steeped in simplicity, yet it holds a depth that can perplex even the brightest minds. Today, we delve into the intriguing world of Sudoku, unraveling its rules and strategies. A Sudoku puzzle, at first glance, might seem like a sea of squares and numbers, but let's break it down to its basic components. Sudoku is a game of a 9x9 grid divided into 9 smaller grids of 3x3 squares. The objective is to fill each of these smaller grids, each row and each column, with the numbers 1 through 9. Each number can only appear once in a row, a column, or a 3x3 square. Sounds simple, right? But the twist in the tale is that the game begins with several numbers already in place. These are your clues, your stepping stones to solving the puzzle. Now, on to the strategies. The first strategy to keep in mind is scanning. Scanning involves routinely checking the rows, columns, and squares to spot where each number needs to go. It's a process of elimination, of narrowing down the possibilities, and it's a good starting point for any Sudoku puzzle. Next, there's the strategy of marking. If you've narrowed down the possible positions for a number in a particular row, column, or square, mark them. This will keep track of them for future reference and prevent you from forgetting or overlooking them. Lastly, there's the strategy of cross-hatching. This involves checking the rows and columns intersecting a particular square to see if a number can be placed. If a number appears in the row or column intersecting a square, then that number cannot be placed in that square. Now, to summarize, Sudoku, the popular number game, is a puzzle of a 9x9 grid where the aim is to fill each row, column, and 3x3 square with numbers 1 through 9. Each number can only appear once in a row, a column, or a square. The game begins with several numbers already placed as clues. The key strategies to solve a Sudoku puzzle include scanning, marking, and cross-hatching. Scanning is the process of checking rows, columns, and squares to identify where each number can go. Marking involves noting down potential positions for numbers. And cross-hatching involves checking intersecting rows and columns to determine where a number cannot be placed. Sudoku is a game of logic and patience. It's not about mathematical skills, but about the ability to think strategically and solve problems. So grab a Sudoku puzzle and give it a shot. Who knows? You might find yourself hooked on this captivating number game.